Right, this is the total station. It's had a bit of a bash, but I recalibrated it and it appears, so it's had a bash down the corner here and cracked the screen. So I don't know if you can see the red dot on that, just in the middle of the screw. So it seems to level up. I've done some checks on it and it's good. So what I'm going to do is take rounds of angles each of the stations, and then I'll survey the centre of the manhole and the gate and 2 or 3 other bits, and then I'll process this onto my laptop with the survey processing software geo site, and then we'll see how it compares. I'll manually enter in all the rest of the stuff and we'll manually see how it compares. So what I've got is the 4 stations, the road, the corners of the grid, level grid that was set out, and this IC in the gate, and then I'm going to survey all them. Okay, and then let's see how it comes out. Cheers. Right, good afternoon lads and lasses. It's David Watterson here again from CD Surveys. Last night I calculated the angles around the 2 traverses, one by 3-hair stadia and the other one by using a total station, and you've got a difference of cost of about £30,000 for the total station plus the software to drive it, whereas if you've got a couple of £100 for the level with a circle on it and using a staff and 3-hair stadia. So what I wanted to demonstrate was you can do a lot with just a level if you're prepared to accept the restriction on the angles and the distances, because it's 100mm is what you can measure. So it's plus or minus probably 50mm, because if you get one side 50mm and the other one 50mm plus, the difference between them would be 100mm. But my angles, I'll take photographs of these booking sheets, but the angles with the level, the automatic level, £200 was perfect. And you use the formula n minus 2 times 180 degrees, and that gives you some of the angles internally. With the total station instrument, which is much more precise, 1 second of arc, 1mm in distance, I had 24 seconds in error, so it was too much for 24 seconds. Now that instrument's had a bash, and I've calibrated it all and it said it was alright, so it applies half of the calibration to each of the angles to correct it. But even at that, 6 seconds of arc per station with 4 stations, and it's probably less than a millimetre, certainly no more than 1 or 2 millimetres. So both instruments are fine. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the distances between the stations and see how they compare, and I'll book them down on this, and then I'm going to lay out baselines to fix the detail, and then I'm going to have another video which will show you how to do trilateration, which is the solution of triangles using distances. And again, we could take that from the baseline, so you go along 5 meters and out to the point, and go along 15-20 meters and go out to the same point. And when you draw that up either by hand or in the office on a CAD system, the 2 points that intersect should be where you've measured to. And as I said, it's always good policy to have a belt and braces exercise or redundancy where you take the same measurement but from somewhere else or another method. And you can build your confidence by taking quite a few of these measurements, and then when you go out to do a survey or you're checking a survey, you know that at least the measurements you've got you can have confidence in. So what I'll do is I'll take the measurements using a 30 metre steel band, and I'll let you know what the results are.